Hi, I'm Bonnie Browning with the American Quilter Society, and I'm here with Karen Woten from Ottumwa, Iowa, and you won third place with your quilt called Emily Monroe.
Yeah.
Now, there must be a story about that title, so tell us what that means.
Well, this quilt was originally made, it was an antique quilt in the New England Quilt Museum, and that was the name of the lady that made it. So I just kind of kept that name, and I love the old quilts and just kind of redo them.
Okay, and so the blocks are smaller than we usually work with.
Right.
And so were they in the original quilt as well?
Yes, they were, and so this quilt ended up being smaller, so I kind of made up about 18 quilts blocks of my own using some of the flowers in it to make it the size I wanted it.
Well, now you used wool for this, and
Right.
so how was that to work with?
It was fun to work with. I'd never done too much of it, but the background is homespuns and cottons, and some of those I dyed, and some of them I bought that way, and same thing with the wool.
And so, but you hand appliqued it onto the background then, didn't you?
Right, using a blanket stitch on most of them.
Okay, and you did lots of embroidery on the different blocks as well, didn't you, for details?
Yeah, it was fun to do different stitches, you know, kind of make them up. And
all right, so you have homespun and cottons and wool, and you hand quilted it.
Right.
And so what kind of batting did you put under it?
I used wool. I just don't use much else besides wool. It quilts so nice, and it's easier to quilt through, and so that's usually what I use on most everything.
Well, and one of the things that our audience needs to know is one of the benefits of using wool batting is that it doesn't crease. It springs back after you've had it folded up, so you don't end up with those awkward creases in your quilt like you sometimes do with cotton.
Yeah, it's very forgiving, and it's real soft when it's finished, and so it's warm.
And warm.
It's warm.
That's when you're under a quilt. That's what you want.
That's
right.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now just in case that last quilt you looked at wasn't enough, we've changed locations now, and the Des Moines Area Quilters Guild does their annual show in conjunction with AQS QuiltWeek here in Des Moines. And Karen, you won a big prize with another quilt here. Tell us about this one.
I did. Well, this one is every block different. It's called Mary Bell's Civil War album, and it's needle turn, applique, and hand quilted, and it was just a lot of fun to do. I really kind of hated it when this quilt was done because it was just fun to do every block.
And so this was a judge show, and you won Best of Show with the bed-size quilt.
Right.
And the best hand quilting. And we're going to have Alan shoot some close-ups of your quilting on this quilt because the quilting is really well done.
Thank you.
Deserves that award.
Thank you.
So, you know, you never know when you could be the next winner at AQS Quilt Week. We hope you'll enter our shows in 2015.